Promises hold a special place in our hearts. They offer hope and assurance. God's promises are even more powerful. He promises us strength when we are weak. He promises comfort when we are hurting. His promises are a lifeline in a stormy sea. Imagine facing a challenging situation. Fear might grip your heart, doubt might cloud your mind. But then you remember God's promises. He says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." This promise can uplift your spirit. God's promises are not just words. They are backed by His unwavering love and faithfulness. When He makes a promise, He keeps it. His promises are a testament to His unchanging character. They remind us that we are loved and cared for no matter what. These promises are a gift. They are meant to transform us from the inside out. When we embrace them, we open ourselves up to a life filled with hope, joy, and peace. We all struggle with doubt and unworthiness at times. We may question God's goodness, especially when life throws curveballs our way. We may wonder if we are truly deserving of His love and promises. These feelings are real. It's okay to acknowledge them, but we must not let them take root. God's love for us is unconditional. He sees us not as we are, but as we can be through His grace. Remember the story of Peter walking on water? When Peter focused on Jesus, he was able to do the impossible. But when he looked at the wind and waves, he began to sink. Doubt and fear are like the wind and waves. They can distract us from God's promises. But when we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, we can overcome any obstacle. God's promises are not based on our performance. They are rooted in His unchanging character. He is faithful, even when we are faithless. He is merciful, even when we make mistakes. The Bible is filled with stories of God's faithfulness to His people. Think of Noah, Abraham, and Moses. God made promises to them, and He fulfilled every one. One of my favorite promises is found in Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This promise reminds us that even when we don't understand, God has a plan. He is working all things together for our good. These promises are not just for biblical figures, they are for us today. God's character has not changed. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Living by God's promises is a lifelong journey. It's not always easy. There will be times when we face challenges that test our faith. But we can face them with courage, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. I remember a time in my own life when I was facing a difficult decision. I felt lost and uncertain. But I clung to God's promise in Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength. This promise gave me the strength to keep going. I encourage you to embrace the transformative journey of living by God's promises. Read His Word, reflect on His faithfulness, and trust that He will never let you go. Let's make a commitment to live our lives based on God's promises, not on our circumstances. Let's be people of hope, faith, and unwavering trust in our loving Heavenly Father.